Hello everyone and welcome to this video. This one is going to be so exciting. First some other quests, but as you have already seen by the thumbnail and the title, I will unlock Golden Hills in this video. Finally, after 20 videos, after all of that playing, I would have reached it faster if I hadn't unlocked the South Hoof and the Mall and Harvest counties, but oh well. Oh man, bloody tourists who would be so dumb to try to make a fire on the ground without proper things. No, just kidding, that's such a typical saying, bloody tourists. No shame in nothing. If you come to another country, there are just things you don't know. But making a fire on the ground, no, that's just dumb. You don't do that in your own country either. Unless you wanna create a forest fire, but just don't do that. Well, you know, this saved me maybe probably from coppa trouble. A little bit of swearing in the video. It's not kid friendly now, so don't coppa on my back. This video is not kid friendly. It has some swear. Alright, but then you can exactly see the last quests that lead up to opening a Golden Hills Valley, and I knew I was getting closer because mostly after I finished 1 or 2 quests in Silverglade, then 3 new ones would show up, or even 4 or 5. But now I was only getting 1 or 2, and now only this one was available in Silverglade. There is also one with the flask post. That's not the right word, but that I found at Fort Pinta Beach. But you don't need to do that one in order to unlock Golden Hills, because I still have to do it. So I think that's one of the secretive quests. But that will come in another video. I don't know when, of course. I'm gonna keep the focus on Golden Hills much more. Oh, I notice now my voice is actually quite much better. Yeah. And I'm so glad that I took the day off today, because I usually help taking care of horses in the weekend. But I message people like I sense I'm getting a little bit sickish. Don't know if I can make it this weekend. Could you guys possibly do it this weekend? And of course, if they would not have been able to, of course, then I would have gotten to take care of the horses. They're not my own, by the way, so they're not my first responsibility. Of course, if they were, then it's a different story. But then still, asking people for help, it's fine. You can't do everything alone in life. But they were like, yeah, we can do it this weekend, it's fine. And I'm really glad I did ask for that, because yesterday, well, Love was a little bit more sickish. No fever, luckily. And this morning, really heavy menstruating, bit more blood loss. Again, this also helped me with keeping coppa off my back. But that is also if you're watching this channel for the first time. I normalize talking about menstruation, etc. I do not contribute to the whole taboo talking about it. No, quite the opposite. I prefer to stimulate, to talk about it, and to make it normal, because it is normal without menstruating women, because menstruation is also an indication of fertility. Without menstruating women, other people can get born. Everyone that has been born needed a menstruating women. Well, not conception about during menstruation, but yeah. So that's all may also appear in my videos. If you don't like that, then maybe you shouldn't watch. But yeah, that's that will also appear. Yeah, I think it should just be normal. Of course, I respect everybody's process. People have to get to not being ashamed for their blood, etc. That takes a while to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. I'm already very comfortable with it, so I will mention it definitely. Yeah, so I was really happy to have been able to rest this morning. I didn't have any pain or cramps. I felt it was a bit stronger, but I really needed the rest. And that too, that is what I do want to contribute to. Getting, enabling women to get the rest they need. That is so important. I myself know how beneficial it is to rest during menstruation. It has helped me so much. I have had so many painful menstruations, and after all this inner work and reclaiming that's what I need, that has helped me so much, and I want that for every woman. I know everybody's situation is different. Everybody has to figure it out for themselves, and the financial stuff nowadays, things getting expensive, you may not even be able to afford to take a day off for menstruation. And I think that's horrible, that's sad. Women should be able to. And it should in general be more advocated for women to take rest during menstruation, not shaming it. I hate that so much in a society, how it is shamed. Yeah, you always have to show up, always have to be the same. No, that's not how it works. Definitely not. I'm so done with that. So I'm really glad that I've been able to find online work, so I get flexible even, so I can do whatever I want. I can take rest then, and then work in the weekend, for example. Okay, that was a bit more of my opinion on that. Very important, yeah. I know I mentioned before, I want this channel to be a bit of a neutral place in general, but not when it comes to certain things. But yeah, in general, I'm gonna keep it quite friendly. Okay, but not this. This was a little more aggressive, but that also should have some space. But if you're not about it and it triggers you too much, then it's maybe better that you don't watch my videos, because it's gonna come again. But mostly I talk about the quest itself, etc. Anything, mostly start table. Oh, it is I already knew as soon as Techno appears, the Golden Hills trigger goes off. Everyone knows Techno appears, Golden Hills is coming. Yeah, now I kind of wished that I hadn't opened up Harvest County, Southwolf and the Mall, because then I would have reached Golden Hills earlier. But on the other side, I'm also kind of happy that I've done them already, because now those areas are open and accessible for me. So yeah, it's fine. So basically, this is, well, you will see it soon. It's a little bit more quests in between before we get to Golden Hills. Not so many anymore, by the way. But then you will see how far you need to reach into level 13. Minus the XP for the Southwolf, Harvest Counties, and the Mall quests. Yeah. So, well, but definitely more than halfway level 13. That has changed, because yeah, they changed the quest chain a bit. Because I remember in the past you could reach Golden Hills while still being in level 12. Yeah, they added more stuff. So I think new area going to be unlocked soon. Let's know then. buy a new horse as well. I've had my eye on this Andalusian for a while. I didn't buy him a new SSO, and now I do, and I wanted to name him Autumn Destiny. The stupid name is not available. Autumn is, but not Destiny. And Fate neither, but there's Autumn Faith. So I was like, you know, Autumn Faith, Autumn Fate. Apple doesn't fall so far from the tree. It's similar, but yeah, so it's Faith, but it's meant as Fate. Like, I'm like, come on, SSO. You have all these kind of names with that theme going on, but then not Destiny. Oh well. Autumn Faith is fine. That's what I had to have had, because I was really feel desperate, not, but like, it's like, come on, when am I gonna get into Golden Hills? I had to keep the faith a bit, continue working through the quest and remain patient. And I was like, I am not going to look up the quest chain before we get into Golden Hills. I know it is close when we do something with Techno, but it's like, no, I'm not gonna look it up, because it feels so much more satisfying when reaching it without knowing in advance exactly when, after all that hard work. Can't see through the mist yet, but then when the mist lifts up to say so and it gets revealed, then yeah, then it's just like having climbed this hill, and then you reach the top and you can see everything becomes clear, and that's so satisfying. So I was like, I'm not looking it up, I'm gonna work up until it. And at the start of this video I didn't even realize how close I was already, because I thought, okay, this is the quest with tourists. I thought the quest with Kembell and with them in Veergrove, I thought that was going to come first, and then later on Golden Hills, but no, it didn't, and I am not at all disappointed about that. Yeah, that is how this went. A photo of the painting of the key instead of us grabbing the key. But this horse, this Andalusian, my starter horse is fast now, but this horse, it's only level 1, but it feels so fast already. And of course, I am at a higher level now, but it feels faster than the starter horse. Starter horse is great, but I know the Andalusians, well, they are bigger too, so maybe they are a bit faster because of their bigger moves. That they reach a little bit more ground in a shorter amount of time. Could be. Yeah, that's probably it. I'm not entirely sure yet about the outfit. You guys will see the outfit change a little bit throughout the video. And this is not the outfit I want in the end. No, I think I want a lighter purple blanket maybe than that I already have. And you know that raincoat, the dark purple one, I mentioned it earlier, but the one you get from the smugglers, I think that's going to look really good on this horse. So then I want an outfit a bit in those shades. But for now it is this. That dress from the Baroness was perfect for it. Got that at the right time, so this is like bringing back the blue a little bit more. Yeah, that seems to be the theme now with me and the horses, colors, blue, purple, and bay horses. You can call it the Bay collection. I'm actually planning on buying more bay horses. I really want the Bay Morgan as well. I don't know about the Arabians. I have bought almost all the coats of the Arabians that are available. I don't even know if I will want a cold-proof horse, because I have basically all the fjords and all of the North Swedish horses in the SSO, and I don't know if I want to train any one of them again. Well, if that's gonna happen, then it's probably gonna be a bay one again. Okay, this thingy, I thought this was gonna be challenging, but it was surprisingly easy, because now I got to practice a little bit more with the character and the controls. I guess that quest with Bonnie and the bees has prepared me a little bit for it, to use the side arrows, not front and back arrows. Yeah. And so now, instead of the front and back arrows, I use the side arrows more, and that works. Yeah, that is then definitely an improvement in new SSO. The character is easier to control. Yeah, they've made that much nicer. Heating it again. I like how they made these animations accurate. We don't accidentally touch the fire or something. We really work it on the anvil, and actually the iron, we really hit it, and it really reaches into the fire. I love that. This took some time, yeah. But I was now like, nah, I'm not gonna speed it up. Let's just show the whole process for once. I like to do speed ups in videos, but doesn't always have to be there. I don't always have to do that with everything. Yeah, this is time consuming, this one, so don't fail it, because otherwise you're gonna have to start all over again. You know, SSO had their ways of testing our patience and teasing us a little bit before getting into new areas with things like this, and with harvest counties, like helping at Wolf Hall in first with some things. Finally it's done, and now this bit tedious chore, like yeah. SSO like to do that a little bit at first, to tease us a little bit, like, you know, you want to get into that area, but you're gonna have to do some work for it first. You know, it's a good thing, I guess. Like, it's great that we get it, but to make us work a little bit for it, that makes it worth it more. Oh, look at Kembell's angry face. It's hilarious, really. Also iconic and really memorable, not rememberable. That sounds beautiful too, rememberable. Memorable. Oh, this man hates us to his guts now. He is so done with us. Okay, so then later that quest with him in Fairgrove happens. I see. With Gretchen and Helga and Günther. And I think there was also something with wolves then. Yeah, something like that. His face is still red. I love that. In your face, old man, indeed. The councilman also doesn't like him. I mean, who does like Kembell? Like the GED men too, you know, they look like they are like all the time. Their face expression, like they don't really care, like a little bit of apathy. They just want to get through the day and get their work done. Hope not that they won't get fired. And yeah, they look a little brainless. Yeah, they just have to get through their day and that's it. I understand that GED work culture doesn't look nice at all. Maybe they don't really want to work there. Maybe there's just not another option for them to work anywhere else. Yeah, could be like that. Who knows? Maybe I should feel bad for him. Oh well. The kids. Yay! We wanna go. Popular with keepers of 18. Nice! Getting more and more reputation, being able to buy more and more clothes. Yeah, as you guys can see now, leg wraps are gone. I'm just a little bit indecisive in this video. And before I had the blue ones on, like, here we see it already. I was like, what does fit this horse best? Without leg wraps, with the blue ones or the purple ones, I just didn't know. Or pink, yeah, depends in which light. First try didn't work. So I'll just vary with it. I remember that the first try did work. I'm really glad about it. You know, that would be extra teasing if SSO made this quest so that the third time didn't work. And then they had to find another key or find another one. That would be really teasing. Oh wow. I love this. Now I love it. I remember in the past, I don't know why, was a different person back then, guys. I love her too, who I was. But she didn't really like Golden Hills. And that's okay, that's okay. Yeah, I don't know why. In the past, I didn't really like old Golden Hills. I didn't really feel like at home there. It felt a bit sickish to me with the yellowish golden light. But later on, now, I love it. I don't know. I have changed so much. Because at first, yeah, as a teenager, my favorite season was spring and summer seasons. Later on that has changed. I think in the beginning of my 20s that I started loving autumn much more and the winter much more. I don't know why it changed. It has to do with so many things. Oh, I love the smooth pumpkins, maturation, etc. Everything. Yeah, I went from being a springish girl into a autumnish girl, so I have loved them all, spring and summer, but now it's autumn and winter that I love. I just love the quiet, I just love the peace that autumn brings. You know, autumn, it has both sides. It has the dark and the mysterious and the creepy, but it also has the peaceful, serene and calm, and even some sunny days when it's sunny in autumn. That is most beautiful, because then the leaves etc. are a bit goldish and the sun shining on it. It is so gorgeous. Yeah, and here, before continuing with the quest, as you already noticed, I'm giving a really quick Golden Hills tour. I just wanted to do that. Golden Hills special. Oh, I love this place. The mist, it's so... that is exactly what it looks like and feels in autumn. Yeah, considering me, all the green bushes in Golden Hills should become yellow. It's a fantasy land anyways, even the grass. Let it all be yellow. It's a bit of fantasy anyways. What does it matter? And now I was like, yeah, I don't want all these green bushes here. Let them be yellow, please. I was like, let's sneak past the wolves, and I managed, but not by getting back. I know we're getting a quest with that later. I love it both. Like in new SSO Golden Hills, there the grass is just green, and that's realistic because in real life the grass is still green in autumn. Obviously, it's just a little bit of a darker shade. But I'm like in this version, older version of SSO, because it's already so it's super goldish and yellowish and orangish and a bit reddish. Like, why not completely do it like that then? I skip the green and just all yellow, all red, all orange, because the green bushes, to me, they really feel like they're out of place. And of course, it's realistic in real life. There are still some things green in autumn. That's definitely true. But this is also a bit of a fantasy land. So why not complete the entire picture? Why not just leave or make all of it so yellowish and orangish and reddish? Yeah. Oh, like this is so beautiful. And I love how the sky changes so much here. It's really interesting with the tech too. It looks different here than when in the regular light, which you will see on the bridge soon too. First taking out this beach a bit. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah. Again, autumn, it feels like this amazing exhale, like now I can come home. Now I can come to rest. That is what it makes me feel like. Again, not the leg wraps I actually want for this heart. I want darker purple ones. I will find them later in this video. Oh, this is just beautiful. Yeah, no tractors here yet. No Generation 3 horses at all. No. February 2017? Connemara wasn't in game then yet, I think. No, it wasn't. Oh, this beautiful beach. I don't know why I didn't like it in the past. It just didn't. It was just different. I was much younger. More into the spring and the summer. But yeah, that changed to autumn and winter. Oh, I'm also looking forward to making the first video about this. It's gonna be a bit of a fuss, but I'll manage it. I'm gonna make it work. This doesn't work yet, of course. Yeah, I didn't do a mini tour of Silverglade, but that is also so big. And you know me, I love autumn, so of course I'm gonna make an exception for that. What I do miss though is Marching Gas Castle. That's also why I love both versions. This one doesn't have Marching Gas Castle. The new one does, and it may open next year in February. Well, not the castle itself, but the area around it. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. But in this old version, could be Old King's Road. They could make something else of it, if it ever were to continue. But yeah, I can just enjoy both versions separately. Well, now we're doing some quests with Jasper. I don't know, Jasper really does kind of fit this place. Yeah, it's better than the old place where he stood in Moorland. So he loves pumpkins. I have never really harvested pumpkins myself, etc. I have harvested potatoes, and that's fun. But I suppose harvesting pumpkins can also be really fun, because then you also see them slowly growing day by day. Well, you know, in general, farm life, it's lovely. You are outside a lot. Yeah, it can also be hard and challenging, but it's in general so rewarding. And most farmers, it's not a big salary. It may look like that, but it's not. They also have a lot of costs. The feed for the animals alone, that costs a lot. So farmers, they may not be rich in money, some of them probably, but they are rich in experiences, because you have to go outside a lot and you experience the seasons really a lot, much more, because you're much more outside. You get adjusted to the change of seasons better, because you're already outside a lot, so your body already gets to adjust to it. You get to see the first autumn leaves falling, unless it happens at night, except if you work at night, of course. And the first snow, the first blossom, to feel the first warm sunlight again, or to see the leaves changing into dark green again, or to see the corn growing again in summer. Could think of any example. But really, it's lovely. You get to see things change, and of course, if you live in the city and have an office job, then you see it too, but not as much as when you work on a farm. And see, of course, staring out a window or seeing it out of a window, but actually being in it, it's a different experience than just seeing it. But just seeing it is already lovely as well. Doesn't matter, even if you live inside long, you will feel the change of seasons inside the house. It's gonna get a little bit colder after summer, even colder in winter, and it warms up a little bit in spring. You can wear a t-shirt again, and then in summer it gets bloody hot and you don't want to be in the attic anymore. I bought some new clothes this summer, working pants for at the horses. Honestly, I'm not gonna do that again, because to fit clothes in the summer, warmer clothes for autumn, I thought I want to be prepared early, because in the autumn itself things might get out of stock quicker, because then people are like, oh, we need this stuff again, let's buy it, and then people buy it more. So I'm always like, I'm gonna buy a season ahead or after when it's on discount, but never again in the summer, because fitting autumn or winter clothes in summer, it's not fun. It is so sweaty. Never doing that again. But I got my clothes. I really needed riding pants. I only had one more good one and another one with a small hole, but yeah, holes get bigger over time, so yeah, it was necessary. I got this kind of quest again. I was like, you know, if my horse can't move as fast, I'm just gonna run around and chop these trees and pick up the wood myself, because otherwise I can only trot or canter and I don't have the patience. I'm just gonna run around. I did notice them when I entered Golden Hills, these trees, that I was like, oh, these are odd. Why are they there like that? And then very quickly it revealed itself the reason it's for these quests. There are poor horsey carrying all these logs. well, we got a strong horse and incredibly stable logs. They do not fall off at all. You know, it was a lot of running back and forth in Golden Hills before we get the trailer later in this video, and I was thinking to myself like, what a shame I have to gallop through Golden Hills so often. What a punishment, so terrible. No, just kidding, of course. Being a little bit sarcastic. I didn't mind it at all. Oh, it is just so enjoyable, but also these kind of quests. Yeah, I like it, the variation between magic and regular quests, to say so. Yeah, my voice is really a lot better than yesterday. It's because I opened up Golden Hills, it has cured me. No, but seriously, playing this game, I don't know, it helps heal my inner child for some reason. I feel really happy. It's interesting, like the spring part, that's how we got to know it. Oh, and this is also funny with these rotten pumpkins. Or not yet. No, not yet. But like the spring part, I feel like that has more of connection to my heart. Like the spring and summer parts are more in my heart, but the autumn, that's more like soul level, to say so. Yeah. Dino Valley, I don't know, yeah, it's a bit dead there. I like winter in real life more maybe than in SSO. I don't know, Dino Valley, I do like it, especially in the beginning. Like, I was like, okay, this is a gift from heaven, Dino Valley. Maybe it will feel different when I unlock it here again, because right now in new SSO, Dino Valley just feels like so dry and outworn, like it really needs to be updated. But of course in SSO it fits perfectly. So I wonder how I will feel about that when I unlock it here in BSSO. Because right now I just don't care so much for Dino Valley. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I unlock it again. But yeah, the Golden Hills, it is like soul level of how much I love it. Yeah. I also cherish the summer and the spring parts in my heart. This race, I remember doing that the first time, because you have less seconds to go from one checkpoint to the other, and I was really feeling like that too, like, okay, this is a new area, and there's also a little bit of a level up. In general, we get more shillings, but some things are also a little bit more challenging, like with the orange on the map as well. It's great when you start a quest, but then when there's one more thing left, the little bit of orange on the map, then you don't see well where it is, because the map is already orange and yellowish. So a little bit of an extra challenge, but I like that. Yeah, it's just a whole different area, and it is just simply a bit of a level up indeed. Oh, now we're getting the rotten pumpkins. Well, wouldn't they have disintegrated by now after 20 years? Oh well, doesn't matter. Wait, can they even rot here in Golden Hills? Like, how does that logic work? Yeah, can they? Because like in the spring parts, the flowers are in bloom all year long and they don't wither. The pumpkins can rot in Golden Hills. That's interesting. But maybe that logic wasn't as fleshed out yet. Because in the books, the Soul Rider books, it's explained well how it all works. If you want to know more about that, check the video in the upper right corner, the Seasons of Jorvik. I also want to do one for old SSO. Well, that one is gonna be easy because there are not nearly as many different flowers in old SSO. So that one will be a bit shorter, I think, and not as much research. Maybe barely any, because I recognize most of the flowers, but that is for later. First the quests is the focus, then the versus videos, and then the Seasons of Jorvik again, for old SSO. Yeah. I don't know, and I also feel like, of course, I kind of wanted to rush to Golden Hills, working a little bit faster through the spring and summer quests in Silverglade, but also wanting to enjoy them. It was a lot of work, but now once I'm in Golden Hills, I feel like, yeah, I've landed again. I've come home, I can relax a little bit, slow down, and that is how it feels in general with autumn. I guess it has a certain impact on the brain, maybe the colors too, because I also had that with making the Seasons of Jorvik, that video. The spring and summer part, it was a lot of work, a lot of plans to Google and to research. And then I got to Golden Hills and it was like, you can calm down now, you can exhale, you can just relax a little bit. We've done most of the work now there's just a little bit left. And yeah, I mean, it was like for Golden Hills in the US, so there's not that much to research, just a few plants. And well, Dino Valley is, I mean, it can't be any more obvious. Same for Golden Hills, what season that is. Everything is dead in Dino Valley, there are no plants. Just some bushes, really strong bushes that look dead as well on the trees. So Dino Valley doesn't even require any research. The bushes, it's no point as well. I don't know, it could be any kind of bush, those brownish sort of twigs and roots, so that was even more easier. And it aligns with nature as well. In nature, winter is meant as a deep rest, slowing down, rejuvenating season. And then back in the old days, you better have your stuff done and prepared, because if you didn't have what you needed in the winter, then you were just fucked. Well, unless you had a hunter and a butcher, then you could eat some meat. But if you didn't have any jams or whatsoever prepared, then you just didn't have any fruits in winter. No, because there's nothing around. And cars, etc. weren't there yet. I'm not talking about a specific year, I'm really talking about the farmer's time, etc. When people only could use horses as transportation, etc. When stores were just few and local. Really dependent on the land. I just always feel so inspired by that time. I don't know if I'd want to relive it. I'm really enjoying today's luxuries, but I always admire my ancestors for getting through those times, being able to survive for as long as they did without today's luxuries. I experienced a little bit of that in Norway at a farm. First, well, there was only an outside toilet, first one, later two, and the bathtub was in the same building. Later there was a shower, but that was really quite a few months later. And the rule was first 3 weeks you do your laundry by hand only. There was a washing machine, but the first 3 weeks you had to do it by hand. And honestly, it was such an interesting experience. Like, it has something cutesy, but I really appreciated the washing machine much more after that. It's a good experience for everyone. You're getting a little bit back to old ways of living, to appreciate your luxuries nowadays a bit more. I think that would be really good for the new generation nowadays. Sorry, but lots of them, they are so spoiled. They don't even have to bike to school. They have e-bikes now and fat bikes. Like, I just had to bike to school, created some character, and now they barely need to, like, and they and also the big mouths at schools and towards parents, like, they need to have something to do. They should all go to kind of boot camp or whatsoever. Learn how to appreciate luxuries of nowadays, because they are not granted. They are not guaranteed. Electricity neither. I really enjoy this. Playing, etc., everything. But it's not a guarantee that I always will stay, so I cherish and enjoy it for as long as it is there. But yeah, I do that too. It takes so much more for granted than we realize, actually. Lol, I end with a live lesson again. That was not my intention, but that is just how it went, the energy, the flow, my thoughts. It's so interesting, the colors, the tech colors and clothes, how they look in, like in this light, the purple stands out much more. It looks much more like neon colored, and then in silver glade not as much. Like, I love that. These filters, this light. Oh, I hope that Halloween is also gonna start soon in BSSO. But I don't know if it will come. Probably. That's the talk I heard. But when, and it's not a promise, I guess. But I think it will come. Well, you guys will see. Then you will get to see the old Halloween again if that happens. I'm already excited. I hope a little earlier. Then I have a Halloween in this version and in the new version. Getting to gather the ghosts all over the island again. The old Pac-Man game, but then a little bit different. Apple, how is it called again? Not apple biting, but well, you guys know what I mean. That you have to get it with your mouth only, out of the water, without using your hands in game. And yeah, I just love it. Halloween is the best. So happy that this time exists. Oh, we're already getting to the end again. In the next one, of course, more Golden Hills quests. Yeah, what else would you expect from me? Yeah, wow, I enjoyed it a lot, making this video and doing the questing. And of course I had to check out if the trailer works. Well, if I don't use it, then it doesn't work yet. You have to use the trailer first to be able to get somewhere. Otherwise it's not an option you can choose yet. Yeah, well guys, that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Bye.